Good morning, children. Today you will continue chapter sources of energy. Children, today you will continue chapter sources of energy. Okay? Previous day you have read about coal. Coal was started, in which you have seen coal is a black or brown sedimentary rock. The major coal mines located in India are in Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, West Bengal. In Jharkhand it is in Bokaro. And you had studied that coal is a fossil fuel and there are different varieties of coal. The variety of coal depends upon the temperature and pressure conditions and the time period for which the fossils remain under the surface of the earth. These two things determine the variety of coal. First thing, the temperature and pressure condition, and second thing, the time period for which the fossil remains are buried under the surface of the earth. Depending on these two things, there are different varieties of coal like peat, lignite, anthracite and bituminous. These four types of, some of you are asking formation of coal. Okay children, I am explaining. Previous day I had explained, but some of you are asking to explain formation of coal. Coal is formed by the remains of dead plants. When these remains of dead plants are buried under the surface of the earth, then due to high temperature and high pressure, this high temperature is supplied through the earth's core and high pressure is exerted by the soil and the rocks, and due to high pressure and high temperature, the remains of dead plants are converted into coal. It takes millions of years. Due to high pressure and temperature, chemical changes take place and the wood is converted into coal. It is called carbonization. It takes millions of years to be formed. In this way, coal is formed. Now is it clear to you? When the remains of dead plants are buried under the surface of the earth, then due to high pressure and high temperature, over millions of years, the wood is changed into coal. From where this high temperature is coming? It is supplied through the earth's core. Earth has three layers: crust, mantle and core. The core of the earth provides high temperature to the wood and the pressure is exerted by the soil and the rock. Due to these two things, the wood is converted into coal. It takes millions of years to be formed. Conversion of wood into coal is called carbonization. Okay children? Now somebody is asking about, what was your question? Write on the screen. Yes, to explain all types of coal. These coals are different in their moisture content, volatile material, percentage of carbon and other elements. In the coal, moisture is there, volatile material is there, carbon is there, and some other elements are also there. These different types of coal contain different amount of moisture, volatile material, percentage of carbon and other elements. For example, you will see the anthracite is the best variety of coal because it contains 90% carbon in it. Okay, and the percentage of carbon is variable in different variety of coal. Peat, lignite, bituminous and anthracite, the highest percentage of carbon is in anthracite and it is the best variety of coal. Somebody is asking to explain meaning of volatile. Volatile means it changes into vapor. That changes into vapor quickly, that is called volatile. Okay. Now you will see the next topic is, so you have seen children variety of coal. In exam you may be asked very important question. Mention different percentage of carbon affects the coal. The different variety of coal, क्वेश्चन पूछेगा बच्चों कि ये वेराइटी ऑफ कोल का बनना किस चीज़ पर डिपेंड करता है और ये किस चीज़ में डिफरेंट होते हैं. तो ये डिपेंड करता है कि वुड के ऊपर कितना टेम्परेचर और कितना प्रेशर जा रहा है और वो कितने समय के लिए अर्थ के सरफेस के अंदर बरीड है, कितने दिन के लिए वहाँ है, और इसको टाइम पीरियड कहते हैं. टाइम पीरियड पर डिपेंड करता है कि टाइम पीरियड ऑफ द रिमेन्स ऑफ डेड प्लांट्स बरीड अंडर द सरफेस ऑफ द अर्थ. एक फैक्टर इस पर डिपेंड करता है. दूसरा फैक्टर है कि वुड के ऊपर कितना प्रेशर लग रहा है और कितना टेम्परेचर है. इस दो बात पर डिपेंड करता है अलग अलग वैरायटी का कोल बनता है. और अभी मैं बताई कि ये डिफरेंट वैरायटी ऑफ कोल जो हैं इनमें अलग अलग परसेंटेज होता है वोलाटाइल मटेरियल का, मॉइस्चर का, कार्बन का और अदर एलिमेंट्स का. इतने सारे चीज़ सब में एक बराबर नहीं होते हैं, सब में वेरिएबल हैं. जैसे मैं बोली कि एंथ्रासाइट में सबसे ज़्यादा कार्बन का परसेंटेज है 90% और ये बेस्ट वैरायटी ऑफ कोल है. और दूसरे वैरायटी में कोल का परसेंटेज आप अंडरलाइन करके लर्न कर लीजिएगा. तो यहाँ पर दो क्वेश्चन काफ़ी इम्पॉर्टेंट है. फर्स्ट, डिफरेंट वेराइटीज़ ऑफ कोल फॉर्म डिपेंड ऑन विच फैक्टर डिटरमाइन the variety of coal. Second question is mention different varieties of coal. Why they are different? This is very important question. Now the next topic is processing of coal. कोल का प्रोसेसिंग होता है बच्चों. अगर डायरेक्ट हम लोग कोल को गर्म करते हैं, हीट करते हैं, तो उसमें जो भी वोलाटाइल कंपाउंड होते हैं कार्बन के, जो हमारे लिए काफ़ी यूजफुल हैं इंडस्ट्रियल एप्लीकेशन के लिए, वो ख़त्म हो जाते हैं. ठीक है, इसीलिए हम लोग उनको डिस्ट्रक्टिव डिस्टिलेशन से गर्म करते हैं. अगर कोल को हम लोग स्ट्रेट वे में हीट करेंगे तो उसमें जो भी वोलाटाइल कंपाउंड है कार्बन का वो ख़त्म हो जाएगा, उसका यूज हम नहीं कर पाएंगे. इसीलिए हम लोग कोल को हीट करते हैं डिस्ट्रक्टिव डिस्टिलेशन मेथड से, ताकि ये जो यूजफुल कंपाउंड ऑफ कार्बन है उनको हम यूज कर सकें, वो वेस्ट नहीं हो. इसी को हम लोग कहते हैं प्रोसेसिंग ऑफ कोल. यू आर रीडिंग अबाउट प्रोसेसिंग ऑफ कोल. कोल इज हीटेड इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ एयर. कोल इज हीटेड इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ एयर to get the useful products. This process is called destructive distillation. Destructive distillation is very important. It is a process in which coal is heated in the absence of air. Why it is heated in the absence of air? Because if we will heat coal straight away, then the useful compounds useful volatile compounds of carbon may be lost, and these useful volatile compounds of carbon are very useful in the industries. Therefore, coal is heated in the absence of air. The process is called destructive distillation of coal. And after destructive distillation of coal, we get useful products such as coke, coal tar and coal gas. Ammonia liquor is also formed. So, destructive distillation provides us useful compounds. What are useful things we are getting? That is coke, coal tar, coal gas and ammonia liquor. These are the products that we get after destructive distillation of coal. Very important question. Name the useful products that we get after destructive distillation of coal. Products that we get are coke, coal tar, coal gas, ammonia liquor, these are the products that we get after destructive distillation of coal. Okay. So, destructive distillation gives us useful products of carbon. Did you understand, children, what is destructive distillation of coal? And what are the products that we get after destructive distillation?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, question repeat.
Question is, what is destructive distillation of coal? And what products do we get after destructive distillation of coal?
The process of heating the process of heating coal, the process of heating coal, strong heating of coal in the absence of air is called destructive distillation. The products that we get from destructive distillation are coke, coal tar, coal gas, and ammonium liquor.
Very good. Very good. So you have seen, children, why do we carry out this process? Why do we not burn the coal straight away? Why do we carry out the process of destructive distillation? Why do we not burn the coal in straight way?
Because it loses the useful volatile material of carbon compound.
Very good, children. You have seen that if we will burn coal straight away, then volatile compounds of carbon may be lost, and these volatile compounds of carbon are very useful for industries. So, we strongly heat coal in the absence of air. This process is called destructive distillation of coal, and the useful products that we get are coke, coal tar, coal gas and ammonia liquor. Is diagram of destructive distillation given in your book?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
So in new book it is removed. Now you will see, children, what are the usage of these products. We are getting coke, coal tar, coal gas. All these are useful for us. Now what is their use? Again, it is very important. Like coke. Coke is very useful because it does not produce smoke like coal. If we burn coal, it produces smoke. But when we burn coke, it does not produce smoke. So it is used as a domestic fuel as well as industrial fuel. And it gives little or no smoke. When we burn coal, smoke is produced, but when we burn coke, it does not produce smoke, or it may produce very little smoke. Next use is, it is used for the extraction of metals. Children, you have read chapter metals and non-metals, metallurgy, okay, in which you had studied the process of reduction. Different steps of metallurgy you had studied. Do you remember? One process was, first was concentration of the ore, second was reduction, and third was refining. So what is reduction? I had explained. Reduction is a method in which we get the metals in its free state.
Reduction is a chemical reaction that involves the gaining of electrons by one of the atoms involved in the reaction between two chemicals. The term refers to the element that accepts electrons at the oxidation state of the element that degrades electrons is lower. The iron is
so you have seen removal
and the oxygen is reduced.
Removal of oxygen from a substance, that is called reduction. Why do we remove oxygen from the substance? To get the metal in its free state. Like you can see, suppose there is extraction of copper. Okay, now when copper is combined with oxygen, it is CuO. Okay, and when reduction process takes place, it is taking place in the presence of coke. Coke means carbon plus C. Now the product that we get will be Cu plus Co. You can see, children, this is, here metal is copper and copper is combined with oxygen. Now if we treat it with coke, this coke means carbon C, then we see the metal is obtained in its free state. Here metal is combined in combined state and here the metal is in free state. Okay, so it is called reduction, and this process takes place during extraction of metals. So you have seen that coke is used in the extraction of metals. Did you understand? कोक का यूज मेटल के एक्सट्रैक्शन में किया जाता है. एक्सट्रैक्शन में आपने एक प्रोसेस पढ़ा था, रिडक्शन. मेटलर्जी के 3 स्टेप्स थे, जिसमें फर्स्ट था कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ ओर, सेकंड था रिडक्शन. रिडक्शन क्यों करते हैं? क्योंकि मेटल जो है वो किसी दूसरे एलिमेंट के साथ कंबाइंड है, ये कंबाइंड स्टेट में है, और जब कोक के साथ इसको ट्रीट करते हैं तो मेटल हमको फ्री स्टेट में मिल जाता है और ये कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड बन जाता है. तो दिस प्रोसेस टेक्स प्लेस विद द हेल्प ऑफ कोक. यू हैव रेड फर्स्ट यूज ऑफ कोक. व्हाट इज फर्स्ट यूज ऑफ कोक? इट इज़ यूज एज अ डोमेस्टिक एज वेल एज इंडस्ट्रियल फ्यूल. मतलब हम लोग घर में भी इसको यूज कर सकते हैं और इंडस्ट्रीज में भी यूज होता है. सेकेंड यूज आप देख रहे हैं कि दैट इज़ इट इज़ यूज इन द एक्सट्रैक्शन ऑफ मेटल्स. कैसे एक्सट्रैक्शन ऑफ मेटल्स में यूज होता है ये आपने देखा. इज इट क्लियर टू यू? और थर्ड यूज आप देखिएगा, इट कैन बी यूज टू मेक सम गैसियस फ्यूल्स, लाइक वी कैन मेक वाटर गैस, प्रोड्यूसर गैस with the help of this coke. Formula of water gas is CO plus H2 and formula of producer gas is CO plus N2. You can note down, children. In exam you may be asked what is formula of water gas and producer gas.
प्रोड्यूसर गैस का रिपीट करें।
CO plus N2, producer gas CO plus N2 and water gas CO plus H2. So you have seen three uses of coke. First use, it is used as a domestic and industrial fuel. Second use, it is used in the extraction of metals. Third use, it is used to make gaseous fuels like producer gas, water gas, etc. Very important. Now next product you will see, that is after coke, it is coal tar. It is a black viscous liquid. It is a black liquid of high viscosity. You have seen honey, glycerin, these are also viscous. Okay, and like them, this coal tar is also very viscous. And this coal tar is used to manufacture perfume, paint, dye, etc. Synthetic dyes, drugs, explosives, perfumes, plaster, paints, photographic material, roofing material, etc. These are the uses of coal tar. Next,
मतलब गाढ़।
हाँ,
मैम विस्कस मतलब गाढ़।
coal tar is highly viscous liquid, okay, and it is used to manufacture different items like photographic material, roofing material, and dye, explosive, etc. So you have seen use of coke and use of coal tar. And next is coal gas. Coal gas is a gaseous fuel. It is used as a domestic as well as industrial fuel. Am I clear, children? ये आपको समझ में आ गया कोल के बारे में? तो कोल आपका कंप्लीट हो गया. फिर से मैं एक बार रिपीट कर दूं या आगे बढ़ूं?
मैम कोल tar और कोल गैस रिपीट करें।
ठीक है. आपने पढ़ा बच्चों कि कोल जो है वो एक फॉसिल फ्यूल है और ये डिफरेंट वैरायटी के होते हैं, क्योंकि ये डिपेंड करता है कि वुड के ऊपर कितना प्रेशर और कितना टेम्परेचर जा रहा है और ये कितने समय के लिए अर्थ के सरफेस के नीचे है, उसी पर डिपेंड करता है. अलग अलग वैरायटी के कोल होते हैं, जैसे पीट, लिग्नाइट, बिटुमिनस एंड एंथ्रासाइट. डिफरेंट वैरायटी ऑफ कोल में मॉइस्चर कंटेंट अलग अलग होता है, कार्बन का परसेंटेज अलग होता है, अदर एलिमेंट का परसेंटेज अलग होता है, वोलाटाइल मटेरियल का परसेंटेज अलग अलग होता है. बेस्ट वैरायटी ऑफ कोल एंथ्रासाइट होता है, क्योंकि इसमें हाईएस्ट परसेंटेज ऑफ कार्बन होता है 90%. ठीक है. अब हम लोग पढ़े प्रोसेसिंग ऑफ कोल, जिसमें कि कोल को स्ट्रेट वे में बर्न करने से उसमें जो इम्पॉर्टेंट वोलाटाइल कंपाउंड कार्बन के होते हैं वो हम लोग नहीं पा सकते हैं, वो ख़त्म हो जाते हैं. इसीलिए और ये वोलाटाइल कंपाउंड ऑफ कार्बन इंडस्ट्रीज़ के लिए काफ़ी यूजफुल होते हैं. इसलिए कोल को डिस्ट्रक्टिव डिस्टिलेशन से गर्म किया जाता है, बर्न कराया जाता है. डिस्ट्रक्टिव डिस्टिलेशन क्या है? तो हीटिंग कोल इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ एयर. एक टेस्ट ट्यूब में कोल को गर्म किया जाता है, तो हम लोगों को एयर के एब्सेंस में गर्म करते हैं, इसलिए इसको डिस्ट्रक्टिव डिस्टिलेशन कहते हैं. और यूजफुल प्रोडक्ट जो मिलते हैं वो हैं कोल तार, कोल गैस, कोक, अमोनिया, लीकर. इतने सारे यूजफुल प्रोडक्ट्स मिलते हैं. तो अब सारे प्रोडक्ट्स का क्या यूज है ये भी काफ़ी इम्पॉर्टेंट है. जैसे मैं बताई कोक. कोक भी एक सॉलिड फ्यूल है. जैसे कोल एक फ्यूल है, फ्यूल मीन्स ऐसी चीज़ जो बर्न करके हीट और लाइट देता है. आपने पढ़ा है फ्यूल इज अ सब्सटेंस विच बर्न्स इन एयर टू प्रोड्यूस हीट एंड लाइट एनर्जी. तो कोल एक सॉलिड फ्यूल है, उसी तरह कोक भी एक सॉलिड फ्यूल है. और इसका यूज इंडस्ट्रीज़ में भी होता है और घर में भी होता है। तो हम लोग कह सकते हैं कि कोक इज इंडस्ट्रियल एज वेल एज डोमेस्टिक फ्यूल। डोमेस्टिक मतलब घर में, इंडस्ट्रियल मतलब इंडस्ट्रीज में यूज होता है फ्यूल के रूप में। ठीक है। सेकंड यूज आपने पढ़ा कोक का कि इट इज़ यूज्ड इन द एक्सट्रैक्शन ऑफ मेटल्स। मेटल के एक्सट्रैक्शन में आपने 3 स्टेप्स पढ़ा था, जिसमें कि एक स्टेप था रिडक्शन। रिडक्शन का मतलब होता है ऑक्सीजन को हटाना। ठीक है। तो यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हैं रिडक्शन प्रोसेस किस चीज़ से हो रहा है? कोक से हो रहा है। ये मैं दिखाई हूँ कोक। दिस कोक मीन्स कार्बन एंड दिस कॉपर मेटल इज combined with oxygen. It is in combined state. Now when it is treated with coke, we get this metal in free state. Okay, so it is reduction. After making it free, still it is not pure. So last process you had studied, that is refining of metal, in which we get pure metal from the impure one. Do you remember, children? You have read, children, metals and non-metals. Do you remember? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you have seen that coke is used as industrial as well as domestic fuel. It is used in the extraction of metals, and it is also used to make gaseous fuel. A fuel which exists in gaseous state is called gaseous fuel, and we can make gaseous fuel with the help of coke. Like we can make producer gas with coke, CO plus and 2. We can make water gas with coke, that is CO plus H2. Formula of water gas, producer gas is important, so you can note down. Okay. Now the next product is coal tar. Coal tar is a black viscous liquid. It is used to make synthetic dye, explosive, perfume, roofing material. It is used as a roofing material, used as a photographic material. In photography also it is used. So these are the usage of coal tar. Now the next product is coal gas. Coal gas is a gaseous fuel. It is used as a domestic as well as industrial fuel. कोल तार, कोल गैस सब आप देख लिए बच्चों। कोल गैस इंडस्ट्रियल और डोमेस्टिक फ्यूल के रूप में यूज होता है। हम लोग घर में भी इसको यूज कर सकते हैं और इंडस्ट्रीज में भी यूज कर सकते हैं। नाउ एवरीथिंग इज क्लियर टू यू, ऑल द टॉपिक्स, और स्टिल यू हैव एनी प्रॉब्लम?
मैम कोक तभी ऑब्टेन होगा जब कोल को बर्न करेंगे।
हाँ, कोक तभी मिलेगा जब कोल को स्ट्रांगली हीट करेंगे एयर के एब्सेंस में। अगर ऐसे हीट करेंगे तो सब खत्म हो जाएगा। अगर स्ट्रेट वे में हीट करेंगे कोल को तो ये सारे कंपाउंड नहीं मिलेंगे, इसीलिए इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ एयर हम लोग कोल को हीट करते हैं। और कहीं कोई क्वेरी, एनी डाउट?
मैम उस टाइम कोल बर्न होगा तो वो स्मोक भी देगा?
नहीं, स्मोक नहीं, वो अंदर में बर्न होगा और वो टेस्ट ट्यूब से बर्न होके फिर डिलीवरी ट्यूब से कॉनिकल फ्लास्क में जाएगा जिसमें पानी रहता है, और वहीं पर वो जमा हो जाएगा कोल तार और अमोनिया लीकर, और कोल गैस जो है उसमें कॉनिकल फ्लास्क में जो ट्यूब होगा उससे बाहर निकल जाएगा। तो आपको डायग्राम नहीं है बुक में, इसलिए मैं नहीं बता रही हूँ, नहीं तो मैं डायग्राम बना के बता देती। Do you want to see the diagram?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है, मैं ड्रॉ करके दिखा रही हूँ। सबसे पहले आप टेस्ट ट्यूब लीजिए, हार्ड टेस्ट ट्यूब, Children, you can see, take a hard test tube. We take a hard test tube and place powdered coal in this test tube. Powdered coal, okay? कोल का पाउडर हम लोग इसमें डालते हैं. And this is a conical flask in which water is there. इसमें क्या है? वाटर है. ठीक है. तो when we strongly heat this coal powder, we are heating this coal powder. We have taken coal powder. Take coal powder in this hard test tube and heat it strongly. Now this delivery tube is passed in the conical flask, and the conical flask contains water. Now what happens? These vapors are reaching to the conical flask, and at the top two layers will be there. At the top there will have ammonia liquor, and just below it you will see there is coal tar. Okay, at the top you will see ammonia liquor, and here you will see coal tar. And through this delivery tube you will see coal gas. Is it clear to you, children? Once again I am repeating. This is hard test tube. In the hard test tube we will place powdered coal, and through this test tube delivery tube is passed. In conical flask we have taken water. Conical flask is containing water. Now when we will heat this coal powder, then the vapor will reach to the conical flask, and you will see the two layers of the products. The top layer is ammonia liquor or ammoniacal liquor we can say, and the lower layer is of coal tar, and through this delivery tube you will see coal gas is coming out. So the product that we are getting after strongly heating of coal, that is coal tar, coal gas and ammonia liquor. This is destructive distillation of coal. Any problem, children?
No, ma'am.
Now everything is clear to you. Coal is complete. Anyone has any query?
No, ma'am.
No. Now next topic is petroleum. All of you have read coal, natural gas and petroleum. These are the fossil fuels. How this petroleum is formed I had discussed earlier. Today you just see what is petroleum. Petroleum is a dark, viscous, foul smelling liquid. Foul means very bad smelling liquid. Okay? It is a fossil fuel. It is dark colored, viscous and foul smelling liquid, commonly called crude oil. Petroleum is also known as crude oil or rock oil. It is known by different names, crude oil or rock oil or petroleum. Petroleum is derived from Latin word petra and oleum. Petra means rock and oleum means oil. Since we are getting this oil through the rocks, so it is called petroleum. Okay? What is petroleum? Petroleum is a fossil fuel. It is dark colored, viscous and foul smelling liquid. It is commonly known as crude oil, also known as rock oil. Petroleum is derived from two words. It is a Latin word, petra and oleum. Petra means rock and oleum means oil. Now the next is occurrence of petroleum. Petroleum is found at a moderate depth from 500 meter to 2000 meter between the two layers of impervious rocks. And this diagram you will practice. Occurrence of petroleum diagram is given. All of you should know that petroleum and natural gas are found together. Petroleum and natural gas both are fossil fuels, and natural gas is found along with petroleum, and this petroleum is lighter than the saline water, so it floats on the surface of water, and natural gas is found above the petroleum. Petroleum deposits are usually found mixed with saline water. Saline means salty water. The petroleum is lighter than salt water, so the petroleum is over it, and natural gas is found above the petroleum. This is about the occurrence of petroleum. Petroleum is found between the two impervious rocks, and since petroleum is lighter, it is found above the saline water, and natural gas is found above the petroleum. Okay, diagram is important. All of you will practice occurrence of petroleum diagram. Thank you, children. Anybody has any query? Okay, now next day I will discuss in detail. Thank you.